Hey guys, it's Dinohunter here and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about prehistoric non-dinosaurs. Now, if you don't understand what that means, you'll understand in a second, so yeah, let's get into it. First, the overview. Most of the time we speak about dinosaurs when we speak about prehistoric animals, but there are many more amazing animals that are also prehistoric. While there are far too many to discuss in one video, we'll discuss at least some of the most well-known non-dinosaur prehistoric animals. All of these animals are extinct, especially the megalodon. Guys, it's not alive, just accept it, okay? But we'll get into that later, don't worry. First is the Meolania, and this was a genus of turtle that was found in Australasia. They were found throughout much of the Cenozoic era, which is usually associated with icy conditions and some of the animals that feature later in this video, but it is Earth's current era, so we are currently in the Cenozoic era. Its shell ranged from 0.7 to 2 meters, that's 2 feet 4 inches to 6 feet 7 inches in length, and its extinction is believed to be because of rising sea levels after the last ice age. Next is Archelon. An Archelon is the largest species of turtle ever documented, with the largest specimen being 4.6 meters, that's 15 feet in length. It lived during the late Cretaceous and had a hooked beak and jaws used for crushing. This allowed the Archelon to eat its prey, which was believed to feature crustaceans, mollusks, sponges, jellyfish, squid, and even fish. Unlike the hard shells of most sea turtles, Archelon had a leathery carapace. Next is Carbonemys, and this species of side-neck turtle in the Podonomeridae. Well, this is a species. It lived during the Paleocene and its remains have been discovered in the Cesar Rancheria Basin in Colombia. Sorry for the pronunciation on that one, guys. It coexisted with the next animal in this presentation, and its jaws were huge, and this indicates a powerful bite. It is believed to be one of the world's largest turtles, with a complete carapace believed to be 1.8 meters. That's 5 feet 11 inches in length. Next is Titanoboa, and Titanoboa also lived in the Paleocene in northeastern Colombia. It is in the Boidae family, which also contains the modern-day boa constrictors. Some estimates place the Titanoboa at 14.3 meters, that's 47 feet in length, and weighing up to 1,135 kilograms, that's 2,500 pounds. This made it the largest snake ever discovered at the time. There are some debates about snakes discovered later that may challenge it for the title of largest snake ever. Next is Caprasuchus, and Caprasuchus is a crocodiliform which lived in the late Cretaceous epoch. Its name means boar crocodile, referencing its relatively huge teeth which resemble that of a boar. You can see that in the picture. It has 3 sets of teeth that stick out of the top and the bottom of the jaw when closed. If they did not stick out, the Caprasuchus would have to constantly keep its jaws open. It may have eaten dinosaurs that lived at the time, eggs, and it could also have scavenged. Next is the Megalania, and Megalania was a 3.5 to 7 meters, that's 11.5 to 23 foot long monitor lizard that lived in Australia during the Pleistocene. And the Pleistocene is Earth's recent period of repeated glaciations. That means the Earth was covered in ice. This period only ended 11,700 years ago, and some fossils of the Megalania date back to just 50,000 years ago, meaning that people might have seen it. It is closely related to other Australian monitor lizards, and it is believed to have a similar ecological role to the Komodo dragon, which is also a monitor lizard. Next is the Mosasaurus, and the Mosasaurus is an extinct genus of mosasaur, a group of marine reptiles that was named after the Mosasaurus, that lived 82 to 66 million years ago during the late Cretaceous. They are believed to have evolved from monitor lizards, and some estimates place them at 17.1 meters, that's 56 feet in length. It has strong, robust jaws and teeth designed for cutting. This combined with its excellent sight made it an extremely dangerous ancient predator. Next is the Elasmosaurus, and the Elasmosaurus is a genus of plesiosaur that lived around 80.5 million years ago in the late Cretaceous period. Plesiosaurs are an order of Mesozoic marine reptiles, When we think of them, we usually think of them having long necks, like the Elasmosaurus. But this also order contains the pliosaurs, which are similar to the appearance of the mosasaur. We will talk about them after this. Elasmosaurus measures around 10.3 meters, that's 34 feet in length, and of that the neck was 7.1 meters, that's 23 feet. It was one of the largest necked animals to ever live, with the second most amount of necked vertebrae. Next is the Liopleurodon, and the Liopleurodon was a genus of marine reptile belonging to the pliosaurid part of the plesiosaurs. It lived 166 to 155 million years ago from the middle to the late Jurassic period. The largest Liopleurodons could reach lengths of 6.4 meters, that's 21 feet. Plesiosaurs in general used a method of four-flipper propulsion, granting them great acceleration and making the Liopleurodon a powerful swimmer. Next is the Ichthyosaurus, and this is a genus of ichthyosaur, which was found during the early Jurassic and probably in the late Triassic. The largest specimen of one of the species in this genus measured 3 to 3.3 meters, 9.8 to 10.8 feet in length. Fossils have been found with babies inside them, indicating that ichthyosaurs were viviparous. Viviparous meaning that they give birth to live young, and the embryo develops inside the body of the mother. Next is the Megalodon. Megalodon means big tooth, and this big tooth lived 23 to 26 million years ago from the early Miocene to the Pliocene. It is only known from fragmentary remains, meaning that scientists don't know how big it actually was. They use measurements of creatures that are currently living to try and estimate its size. A common estimate is 10.5 meters, that's 35 feet, while the absolute maximum estimate is 30 meters, that's 98 feet. However, this was a case of overestimation. Next is Leadsichthys, and this fish lived during the middle to the late Jurassic period. It is the largest ray-finned fish to ever live, and it is one of the largest fish to ever live overall. The largest specimens could get up to 16.5 meters, that's 54 feet. Many of the skeletons that have been found are fragmented, because large parts of Leadsichthys' body was made of cartilage and didn't fossilize. Next is Argentavis, and this is a species that lived in the late Miocene. Its remains have been discovered in Argentina. It was one of the largest flying birds of all time, and it is considered the heaviest flying bird to ever exist. The wingspan is believed to be around 5.09 to 6.5 meters, that's 16 feet 8 inches to 21 feet 4 inches in length, and its standing height is believed to be around 1.5 to 1.8 meters, 4 feet 11 inches to 5 feet 11 inches. Next is the dodo, and this flightless bird was endemic meaning something only lives in, to Mauritius, and was last sighted in around 1662. The cause of its extinction was hunting by humans, as, being flightless and having no natural predators, they were not able to fly away or flee effectively. It is a myth that dodos went extinct because they were too stupid. I mean, come on guys, really? There was sexual dimorphism being differences between males and females of a species in dodos, with males having longer beaks and being bigger. Next is the Kelenken, and this is a genus of a group known as the terror birds, with this genus being specifically living in Argentina during the Middle Miocene. Its skull is 71.6 centimeters, that's 2.3 feet long, making it the largest known skull of any bird. It is similar in size to the skull of a horse. Terror birds were brought to North America from their native South America in the Great American Biotic Interchange, where the two continents connected and animals from South America went to North America and vice versa. This meant that the terror birds had to deal with animals like the saber-toothed cats, among others, which we will be talking about just now as well. Next is the Procoptodon, and this was a genus of short-faced kangaroo that lived in Australia during the Pleistocene. The largest ever kangaroo was in this genus, standing 2 to 2.7 meters, that's 6 feet 6 inches to 8 feet 10 inches tall, and weighing 200 to 240 kilograms, that's 440 to 530 pounds. They specialized in a diet of leaves from trees and shrubs, and they had two extra long fingers on each paw that had long claws. This could have been used to grab branches in order to eat. They lived in South Australia and New South Wales. Next is Gigantopithecus, and this was a genus of giant ape that lived in China from 2 million years ago all the way to 300,000 to 200,000 years ago. The remains have also been potentially discovered in Thailand, Vietnam, and Indonesia, and there have been a variety of size estimations from 3.7 meters, 12 feet, to 2.7 meters, that's 9 feet, and weight estimations range from 200 to 300 kilograms, 440 to 660 pounds. Next is Paraceratheria, and this is a genus of hornless rhinoceratoid, which is one of the largest terrestrial mammals to ever exist. It lived from 34 to 23 million years ago during the early to late Oligocene. It has been found across Europe and Asia, first being discovered in Pakistan. It had a shoulder height of 4.8 meters, 15.7 feet, and a length of around 7.4 meters, 23 feet, and a weight of 15 to 20 tons. That's 33,000 to 44,000 pounds. Next is the Elasmotheria, and this is a genus of rhino that was found in Europe and Asia from the late Miocene to the late Pleistocene, and even up to 39,000 years ago. The best known of these species is sometimes called the Siberian unicorn because of it only having one absolutely massive horn. This species reaches 2.5 meters, 8 feet 2 inches at shoulder height, and was 4.5 meters, that's 15 feet long, while some species got up to 5 meters, 16 feet long, and could weigh up to 5 tons, that's 11,023 pounds. Next is the woolly mammoth, and this is an extinct species of mammoth that lived from the Middle Pleistocene to the Holocene epoch. Males were up to 3.15 meters, that's 10.3 feet, at shoulder height, while females were similar in size to modern elephants. It is believed that the Columbian mammoth and the woolly mammoth hybridized with each other, and factors that could have contributed to its extinction were hunting and climate change. It could have been one of the two, or a combination of both. Next is the Andrewsarchus, and this was a genus that contained two species. It was an ungulate, which means that it was a group of mammals that lived in China during the Middle Eocene. Some scientists debate that Andrewsarchus was the largest ever terrestrial carnivorous mammal, but this cannot be known for sure as we only know this animal from a skull and teeth, making it difficult to calculate size. Estimates are around 3.82 meters, that's 12.5 feet in length, and a height of around 1.89 meters, that's 6.2 feet. But this is debated, with some even saying that it was likely an omnivore. Next is the Daeodon, and this was also a genus of ungulate mammals. It lived around 20 million years ago in North America during the late Oligocene and early Miocene. It is sometimes known as the hell pig, as it is distantly related to pigs and other mammals that are also ungulates. The hell pot likely comes from its ridiculous bite, which could definitely break and crack bones open. It is the largest entelodont, which is a prehistoric family of animals like the Daeodon, which resembled pigs in some aspects. They got 1.77 meters, 5.8 feet tall, at shoulder heights, and had a 90 centimeters, that's a 3-foot skull. Next is the Smilodon, and this is one of the most well-known saber-toothed predators, and it is commonly known as the saber-toothed tiger. Smilodon lived in the Americas during the Pleistocene, and one of its species was one of the largest ever known felids, weighing from 220 kilograms, that's 490 pounds, all the way to 470 kilograms, that's 1,040 pounds at the very highest estimates, while other species were similar in size to lions, just they had a more robust build. It is known for its huge canine teeth, which were used for biting specific places in animals very precisely, as the teeth were slender and fragile, so large amounts of power could break them. Next is Synthetoceras. Synthetoceras was a large protoceratid which was endemic to North America. Protoceratids were artiodactyls. These are ungulates that bear weight evenly on 2 of their 5 toes. It had a length of around 2 meters, that's 6.6 feet, and weighed around 150 to 200 kilograms, that's 330 to 440 pounds. This made it the largest member of the protoceratids. It had a unique Y-shaped horn on the front of its snout, which you can see in that picture. Next is the Eremitherium. An Eremitherium means desert beast, and this desert beast was a ground sloth that lived in North and South America during the late Pliocene, around 5.3 million years ago, all the way to 10,000 years ago during the late Pleistocene. Its size was comparable to elephants, weighing 4 to 6.5 tons. That's 18,818 to 14,330 pounds. Although it walked around on all fours, it could stand on 2 legs to reach high leaves. And with that, it brings us to the end of this video. I'd like to thank you for watching. I hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that you learned something, and I'll hope to see you in the next one. Bye!